So you just have to just shoo them out the way. Just shoo them out the way. But yeah, that's something else you grown men should be doing. Because it ain't women, it's grown men that's doing it. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the patrons. Salute to you. All right. Back live once again. So even though the game made bad choice, he got me too. Well, we're going to get into the game and what he had to say. Right? And some people may not like it. Some people may actually agree with what the game is saying. We're going to get into it. All right. Let's see what's here. Ardmore, True, Nick, J. Mir, Degenerate, Jane, Black Kaz, Vern 85, Clifford, Jalil, Lil Trill, Full Circle, Kenneth, Beautiful Mystery, Southern Hood Chick, Dante, Amaja, T. Malone, what's good, Tevin, Second Wave, John David Johnson, Kevin, Vern, Snake Eyes, Book Out of Case, Paul, Pure, Gosu, Sydney, Kenyatta, Dunn, Greg, Not Important, Ricky, Mr. Pendant, Miss Tangi, Elbert, what's up? Langan, Jamal, Mellow Burr, B1, Daisy, Matt, Lethal Threat, Meanest Nice Guy. Let's see. Next, I'm gonna say next. Let's say the name is Simba. See Judah, Negro Sam, Fred, Reaper, Liana, what's good? Let me tell you something, Shy. I can do whatever I want. This is my chat. And if you're coming into my chat to draw attention to yourself, you shouldn't be here. I let that stuff ride long enough. If you want to go have fun, there are plenty of other chat rooms you can go to. But if I see you trying to get my attention on purpose or think you're going to pop the audience, you're out of here. How about that? It doesn't mean that people can't have fun with the topic, but some of y'all go too far. What's good, Ashley? We're going to talk about the game. Now, the woman in the thumbnail with the game, they were together for a long time. They were set to get married, but it never occurred. Right? It never occurred. And he was with her for a long time. They even did a reality show together. And they were together, and they're no longer together. And y'all know the game. He's been dating all these different women. This guy even came out and named a lot of the celebrity women he's been with. Okay? This is a guy who's not shy about the women that he's been with. Right? He's not shy with letting everybody know his business. And that's one of the things that I think gets him in the situations he gets into. Because he has one chick trying to garnish his money, trying to gain whatever she can from him due to a situation that occurred. You know, and I make no mistake, I really like the game as a rapper. I do. I like the game a lot as a rapper. But is he somebody that I would go to for advice on relationships and all that? Now, you could tell him, you can tell, not one sec, well, he can tell you, you know, through all his issues, what to avoid, right? He can tell you that, right? Yeah, the game is very loose with his lips. The game is very loose with his lips. But women still get with him. Now, he's become more and more discreet, but I mean, when he got into it with Joe Budden, he made sure to tell Joe Budden that, hey, I smashed your chick. This is a guy who, even though he lost a lawsuit to a woman that he claimed he did nothing to, she won it due to him not caring about it. This is a guy who lives in his own world, right? And he's a guy who's put himself in a situation where he has bad outcomes. He has very bad outcomes due to his own decisions. But again, you know, that's his life. That's what he chooses to do. Let me put this tweet up here. Put this tweet up here. If I can put it up here. Okay, there you go. That's what he tweeted. Yeah, this is gang member game, right? This is gang member this is gang member game, right? Now, hold on, let's see. Now, he says this: there are so many beautiful women in the world, especially these days. Even when you get you a bad chick, soon as you got her, you see another one you think is better. Then you gotta have that one and repeat this process until you've lost them all one by one. Find your wife and delete Instagram. So the game sees Instagram as the problem. I think that we have a lot of issues. I don't think that it's just Instagram. I mean, you got other apps as well, but Instagram is I would say, for a lot of guys that are well known, right? Like the game, Instagram may not be the best thing because you get these bad chicks, as he says. And what happens? You lose them. You lose these chicks. You lose these chicks as soon as you get them. And he knows a thing or two about that. Make sure y'all like the stream. These guys, you see these athletes, right? They date this Instagram model, that Instagram model for years, right? And what do they get out of it? They get, a couple kids out of wedlock, maybe, right? Chick here exposing you, this chick exposing you. Drama. You got to deal with her, getting, hit on by other guys like Trey Songz. Like Trey Songz. So I can see what he's saying. Like, yeah, you see bad chicks out here. You want to date them. You want to smash. But at the end of the day, those women aren't going to be there. But with who will be there are the women who are there for you for the long haul, right? Those are the women that's going to be there for you. Not these females you meet on Instagram that, yeah, they look good aesthetically. They all go to the same doctors, right? They all go to the same doctors. They all have the same look, right? But a lot of times what people got to understand is whenever you have individuals like the game, people are not going to take them seriously. And I can understand it because look at his dating life. Look at who he's been with. Look at the fact that he's very quick to name names in regards to the women that he deals with. He's very quick to name names and talk about who he's been with, right? So when you look at him now, I'm guessing he's single now, right? And he's getting older, right? His career is winding down. He's not seen the same way. What's good, Ms. Lakers? Make sure y'all like the stream. And maybe he's looking at it as a way to give wisdom to other men that he didn't necessarily have himself. It's always, and I said this in my video about Ricky Smiley. I said it's good for the older males to want to be father figures and want to give good advice. Right? Shout out to Mr. Wright. And also shout out to earlier, Shot 87 with the super chats. It's always good when these guys can pass down wisdom and give good advice. Because a lot of these guys need it. A lot of these guys need it. And I think that he's coming to the realization of, you know what? It's not the lifestyle I really want anymore. I don't want to live that bachelor lifestyle anymore. I want to be able to be single. No, not be single. I want to be able to have somebody who's there with me. Look at Snoop Dogg. Say whatever you want about Snoop Dogg. He's straight out of that marriage. We all know this. But he can always rely on the fact that his wife is going to be there. And I'm not here to tell y'all you should get married. I know a lot of you going to do whatever it is you want to do. But I think the game is coming from a place of regret. I think he realized that chasing all those females, yes, it was good at one point, but right now you're by yourself. You don't really trust women like that anymore. That you may have lost some good women along the way. And I've heard women say it. Like I've heard women say how much they regret the choices and men that they made and how they allowed the good men to go away because they felt like they did not deserve a good man. I've had a woman tell me this. I've had a woman tell me that she felt like she didn't deserve a good man. And when she got into a relationship with a good man, she ended up sabotaging that relationship, leaving that relationship. And she felt remorse over that because in her mind, she still got options. She still got options. She still wants to be in these streets. But wouldn't you, especially if you're a woman that's getting older, you're a woman that has children, You should not be in the streets talking about you got options, okay? Because your options are more limited than you think. But too many women nowadays think they have all the options in the world. And the thing is with men is that we hold the keys to a relationship. No matter how good most of these women on social media may look to y'all, or profile pics on YouTube may look to y'all. But one, do those women actually want to be with you like that? And two, the fact that us as men, we definitely do hold the keys to a relationship. And women know this deep down. They know this. This is why, they choose to date the guys who are considered more alpha early in their life and marry the guys who are more considered beta. It's because they want to have fun with the crazy, never know where their mind is type guys, right? And then they want to settle down with a guy who's going to allow them to take control of the relationship, because for so long they were with guys who held the control, guys who slept with a whole bunch of other women who weren't faithful, right? And I just think that when you look at where we are, man, the women, there's an overabundance of women who will be considered attractive with nice bodies all over social media. You got these guys thirsting for them. You got guys thirsting for women in chat rooms, profile pics. So we all know where the mindset of these guys are. We know what their mindset is. We know what their mindset is. So for the most part, I would say guys like the game is trying to give game to younger guys, but I don't know if marriage would be the thing. Now, marriage is an individual guy and what he chooses to do, right? If he chooses to marry, that's on him. But there are guys that say, you know what? I'm about being a bachelor, which is fine. But I think in the game's mind, he feels regret. I think he feels regret. That's why I think he's saying this now. But see, that's the reason why you have to take the time to really see your situation. Because when you're a famous rapper, you known for name dropping women's names, you can't fall back now. Shout out to Yeet or Be Yeeted. I see what he's saying. But men need to focus on their ambitious goals until they're able to attract high value women. IG girls are not good choices. I would say that, but again, a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these guys don't really have the type of women that they see on social media. They don't see those type of women at home in their city like that. So they go and they give these women their undivided attention. Why do you think OnlyFans is taking off? We're valuing women based off their looks instead of valuing them based off what they can do as far as a relationship is concerned. But I think the game feels a bit of regret that he wasn't able to marry the right woman, that he got with all these bad chicks. But guess what? Those bad chicks ended up leaving him to get with somebody else. And I think that's what you got to look at. You got to look at the fact that for the most part, guys like the game, they understand they have a certain lifestyle and they're okay with that lifestyle until they're coming home to an empty house, right? They don't really trust the women that they're with. They feel like the women are going to use them for a come up, which is what happens. Look at Lori Harvey. She's using all these guys for a come up. It's a come up to them. And he knows it. And he's tired of being used for that come up for all these Instagram models, right? So he's saying, you know what? Instead of just being on IG and chasing these women, get you one that's going to stick by you. Get you one that you can marry. Because what I'm seeing ain't it. And of course, a lot of these women look good. They're going to look good for the cameras. But what he's saying is like, listen, you got to look for more than just the outer look, because that chick can be complete trash and, outside of the pictures, could be complete trash. So, I'm telling you. Make sure that y'all like the stream. I wouldn't say hit the wall. I would say he's probably done being in the streets too. You know what I'm saying? He's done being in the streets. Yeah, I just noticed the chat. Yeah, these guys are gonna be hurt. Their feelings, but they gotta understand your feelings. The things you say are gonna go straight to review. Nobody's gonna see your comment except me and the mods. And that's and I gotta understand is that I said it today in my Ricky Smiley video. You got a lot of weak people out here. You got a lot of weak males. They can't take instruction, like a lot of these women. But make sure y'all like the stream. Let me get this jackass. Let me tell you something. You can come in here with 1,000 accounts. I'm gonna block every last one of them. I tell you, man, grown men, and y'all wonder why these women are running for the hills. Y'all are wondering why women are running for the hills, because you got a lot of these guys that are they're not men, they're males. They're not men, they're males. So you can say whatever you want. I'm just gonna send you on that long ride, clown you, make a show out of you. Shout out to Link, cliche saying, but hindsight is 2020, real talk. But it's easy after we know. Just like game, when you're young, you think you know everything. Even when warned by elders. I agree with that. See, when we younger, we don't think that we're going to get to a point of regret. We think that life is going to be a party. But that party is going to end eventually. That party is going to end eventually. Now, again, I'm not the biggest fan of marriage, because I don't think that you need to sign a contract to prove your love. I don't think that I'm somebody who is about doing things differently. I'm about doing things differently. I'm not about doing what everybody else is doing. I don't think that you should have to sign a contract to prove anything to anybody if you care about them. Now, I will say this though. If you are a guy that is dating a woman and she makes a lot of money, like Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, right? Jeff Bezos' ex-wife married a teacher, I believe. Now, in that situation, I would encourage, if she wants to marry you, by all means, get married, because he has nothing to lose in that situation, And I bet you people close to her were saying, "Why in the world would you marry this guy? He doesn't have the same money as your ex." But you have to understand, a lot of these women want control in their marriages, in their relationships. So they're willing to date or even marry a teacher. And it also may have been a situation where she felt like the guy has intelligence, right? And because he has intelligence, she's going to be able to utilize that to wherever it is she want to do, right? So I think that if there's a situation a lot of you guys get into and the woman is rich and she really wants you to marry her, would you turn that down? Would you really turn that down? I don't know if it was an NDA sign. I'm not sure. I have to look into it. I'm not sure. But there's some people that's gonna disagree with the game. I mean, I would expect them to. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful. I think, again, he's speaking from a place of reflection. He's like, man, after all this I've done, all this fame, money, traveling, what do I have? I have an empty house to come back to, right? That happens, especially if you feel like you let a good girl get away. If you let a good girl get away and you full of regret, you're like, man, maybe I should change some things. See, I'm open up the phone lines, take a few calls. Why not? All right. Don't kill the messenger. Just listen to the message. Right. But people are going to go at the game and call him a hypocrite, but the game has never said that he was against marriage. He's even took an accountability for why his relationship with his kid's mother didn't work out. Right? There you go. And then get divorced and lose his bag. See, again, that's why I say that he can't be really considered a hypocrite because he's never been against it. He's been a bit of a womanizer. What's good, at niece? He's been a guy to go chase women, but he's never really been against marriage. And I do believe that if you are a guy that wants to settle down with one particular woman, you need to make sure that you're choosing the right one. You don't let that right one get away. Even though I'm not the one to tell you to hold on to something that doesn't work. But we as men, if we didn't grow up in a household with a father, it may take us years to figure out how to be the type of man who can manage a relationship or a household. Because there are those of us that didn't really have that. There are those of us that didn't have a father in the household. So we have to go and we have to learn over the years, because it's going to take us a while to learn how to be a man who's ready to lead a household. It's gonna take us a while. Now there are those of us you see this a lot. I would say in other communities besides black people, you have other communities of people who they have a mother and a father in the household. So when they get older, they immediately, as soon as they are in their early to mid 20s, they're getting married because that's what they know. They had a mother and father. They had aunts and uncles that were married, grandparents that were married. That's all they know. So it's normal for them to get married, right? They don't care about, divorce court. They don't care about that. They grew up in an environment of marriage. So therefore, you're gonna see these guys marry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women. Doesn't mean those marriages are gonna work out. I think the game is close to 40. Let me see. I think the game is about 40. Let's see. He's 41. The game is 41. So let's see. So again, if you don't come from a community with fathers, it's going to be very difficult for those guys to really understand that they're with a worthwhile woman or notice one that has the character traits of a submissive wife, right? A wife that understands taking care of the household, raising the children, right? Respecting that man. We getting with women that be disrespecting us, clowning us. And I be telling these guys, you know what's funny? The guys that claim they have the most game be getting disrespected by the women that they with. They be getting disrespected constantly by the women that they with. But they have all this game. You know? Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Right. Salute. It took me until 34, 35 to figure out life as a man due to being raised by a single mother. Marriage at 41 for me. Facts, Jay. Appreciate that, Mr. Right. Yeah, it's going to take you years to really figure out because, again, if you didn't grow up with a father, then it's going to be difficult for you to be leading a household, so to speak. Let's see. Jay, when you said Nas did a track with Lil Nas X, you admit it. Nas didn't do a track with him. And this ain't got nothing to do with Lil Nas X Benevolence. Benevolence, you got one more time, bro. I'm not talking about Lil Nas X anymore. This ain't a Lil Nas X live stream. I don't care. Okay? Appreciate it, though. Let's see. I don't use it. You guys say it's better. Talk about Quavo and Sweetie. I gotta put you in the corner, bro. I talked about Quavo and Sweetie today. I've already talked about Quavo and Sweetie today. I've already talked about them. See, this is why you have to subscribe to the channels or you're going to miss something. You're going to miss something. This, again, I tell you, make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe to the channels, you're going to miss something. I told y'all that. Yeah, like, oh man, yeah, I spoke about that. I spoke about the fact that women are out here like that, putting their hands on men, and women are not afraid of men. And this is why it's very difficult for men to want to commit to those women because of the traits that they show, right? Crazy. But you know what, young coder, the thing is that just because they look good does not mean they're good for you. Right? But I think we learned that the hard way. I'm telling you, Sweetie is the type of female that the game is talking about. Sweetie is the type of female the game is talking about. The game is talking about women who look for these guys for a come up, right? They're looking for a come up. They use these guys as a come up. They use these guys to build themselves up. And when they don't need them anymore, they leave them. That's basically the type of chicks that the game is talking about. You better off dealing with women that ain't trying to be in the industry than the ones that are trying to be in the industry. Okay, let me get you out of here. Let me tell you something. Some of you dudes do anything for attention. Anything. I think you want to be Lil Nas X's boo, Benevolence. That's why you keep bringing them up. And all the other suspect shit you said, I think you want to be his boo. Now, you ain't in my chat no more. And don't ask me to take you off block anymore. Oh my God, man. These are grown men. These are grown men. Now I see what these chicks is making these live streams and videos about, man. Here's a number y'all can call in. Let's see. These are the type of guys they're making videos and live streams about. Trying to run as fast as they can from them. All right? Y'all just say suspect shit and I let it ride. And no more. I don't know. I think this is an indictment on our society. And I said it in the Ricky Smiley video. I said that if these guys are not raised by strong males, they're going to come out with the emotions of women. That's what I said. Yeah, he came out. I think he came out. Attention seeking. It's like we on a topic, and I have told y'all this before, man. If I'm talking about a topic, don't get me off that topic. All right. Make sure y'all like the stream too. Y'all can call in. I guess people are working or they're a little nervous. Where the women at? Let the women call in. Let the women call in, man. Maybe I do it that way. Let the women call in. I guess I'll do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Coder. Pro tip: if you want a good woman, stop trying to impress IG models. Real men do what they want, not what IG models are used to getting from thirsties. I agree, man. That's why you got to be yourself. I know when you get on your Instagram app, you see these women. You're like, damn, they're attractive. But you got to look at it this way. Would you ever have a chance with that woman? Why even spend your time trying to be with that particular girl? Shout out to Angela C. I appreciate the support, Angela C. Shout out to you. All right. But again, with the women on social media, they're nice to look at. But y'all got to understand, and I was thinking about this the other day. A lot of these women have mental issues. A lot of them are ex-scrippers, probably ex-prostitutes, current prostitutes probably. And they baby mamas. Don't tell them how many abortions they had. Y'all know I did the live stream about the chick that said she had multiple abortions, and she said it like it was nothing. But if you look at her on the outside, you're like, wow, she's a very attractive woman. But when you hear her talk, she has that hood rat dialect. She has that, you know. So I think we better off, they're nice to look at, but would you really want to deal with somebody like that? Because I be seeing some of these chicks in the posts they put up, man, and it's very clear they have mental issues. They be putting up these memes, and it's like they have mental issues. A lot of them are living with roommates. A lot of them are in relationships with dudes who are in and out of jail or highly suspect, right? These women are hopping on dirty dizzick. I mean, some of these guys are sleeping with anything. And when I mean anything, I mean anything. These guys are sleeping with anything. And these women are laying up with him. So again, those are the women that he's telling y'all to avoid. And again, he is a guy that y'all may not like. Y'all may not have no respect for him. But is he lying when it comes to not trying to chase these women on social media who they may feel like it's not worth it? And I also, when you look at how delusional a lot of these modern women have gotten, they're trying to emulate, like you got women, local women, right, trying to be Instagram models on their pages, man. Like they out promoting brands, like they're a legitimate model, like they emulating these women because they think they're gonna be able to come up, right? It's crazy. Yeah, just damaged on the inside. I'm telling you, a lot of these women are damaged, very much so damaged. And that's what they want to hide. They want to hide who they truly are. And a way for them to really hide who they truly are is to present themselves as sexual object. The line's open for right now, Shy, but I mean anybody can call in. That was a joke about the women calling in, but it's open for right now. Yeah, the flat tummy tea that doesn't make them any money. Also, the ones that are real estate agents, but you never see them talking to people, showing houses. I mean, even in the pandemic, people are still buying houses. So that's not an excuse why we don't see you out, conducting business deals. It's all a front, man. It's all a front, man. Like I know y'all have seen some of these women claim that they're like in real estate and all this, but you never see them going to the properties, actually selling any properties. You don't see that. What's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, none. Just watching this about the game.
Okay.
But I've been listening to the game. I still got the documentary in my phone, and he was the king of L.A. He had not Michelle Ford, Melissa Ford, and Santana before Love and Hip Hop, Erica Mena.
Yeah.
And he ruined a lot of relationships, even Joe Budden's. So I do feel bad, not too bad for him, but I mean, any man, especially any black man that gets me too, I still got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think it's a little too late now, since with him being 41 and kind of being single.
Yeah, I think that he's by himself and he's 41 and he realized that at some point he may want to settle down, but he done wasted a lot of years on women that ain't stuck around.
Somebody said in the chat, I think men can hit the wall. I'm only 33, but you can hit the wall due to circumstances, and sometimes I think if you play the field too long, don't really go for women, it can go for dudes too. It's not too late for him, but now since we're in this whole new era of rappers, unfortunately, he may not have the same pool. Mm-hmm. So he might have to do something different. He might have to go to church. He might have to settle for an average chick. Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the choices he made throughout the early 2000s to now.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully he don't got to pay that money. I don't think that they enforcing it, but he would be in jail if he had to. So maybe he somehow settled for a lesser amount.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, they're trying to get it from him. I mean, I have to see what happens with that.
Yeah. Well, good luck, gang. I'm still listening to your music, but yeah, man, I hope a lot of other rappers learn from this too. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, that's all I got to say, man.
All right, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, peace.
Peace. All right. Shout out the call. Denise, so you called in? Well, the lines is open. You can call back in. The line is open. You know, a couple years ago, I would have said that, nah, men don't hit the wall. But, man, if you see some of these people that I went to high school with, and you look at how they look now, man, I mean, they're a wreck. They're drunks, okay? They're in and out of jail. A lot of them are just deadbeats. They're dead weight. I mean, they just ain't doing nothing right now. They completely wasted their life because they were the man in high school, and it was easy for them to run around and chase girls. But once they got older and had children, reality set in. When responsibility was there, they could no longer deal with that, so they went and tried to drink their problems away or smoke their problems away. All these guys have become complete weed heads, and they're just a train wreck. Just a complete train wreck. So I do think there are guys that can run into their own walls, so to speak. You know? And I mean alcoholics. I mean 20-something-year-old alcoholics. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, this is Denisa. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Denisa. What's going on?
No, not much. I just got out of work, and I'm like really tired and stressed out and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those superficial things that men try to get out of dating women on social media, and sometimes it goes through, sometimes it fails. And I think that the realist I could say is find yourself a centered woman that has down to earth responsibilities and has a zen looking out for the north, looking out for the future, not just necessarily her appearance or her being famous. I mean, all these women have laid in bed and sleep with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 people, and even more than that. Famous like anybody that I can mention: Cardi B, Lil Kim, all kinds of women that have that popularity that skyrockets without even looking at the future and seeing that what's important is what you have in your heart and your mind. Physical aspects are gonna. I'm not gonna stay there forever. They're not gonna have that physical aspect for until they die. Evidently, everything's gonna fall down to the ground. You know what I'm talking about. And no plastic surgery, no Botox or liposuction or whatever they're going to do to their bodies is going to do any good. And I am with the game. The game is a real OG, real legit rapper, and I think he is on the spot.
Right. Okay. So you agree with the game? Okay.
I agree. Get yourself a wife. Settle down. Be true to yourself. Don't go searching for something that's always going to be just maybe for a little bit, and then next thing you know, she's gone. And I don't know. What do you think?
No, okay. Yeah, it's like he's telling them not to try to chase after these women that you see online. And, focus on the women in your real life, right? Women that ain't trying to go out here and be, Instagram models or whatnot. They're actually normal people who want somebody good in their life. And now you do have women who want the bad guys, and then years later they now want a good guy because they done been drugged through the streets basically. But for the most part, he's like, listen, ain't nothing good on here, ain't nothing good on social media, you know.
Exactly. So models are going to have their modeling bodies for, like I said, for a short while, and then everything's going to fall down there wherever it is. So yeah, I concur with the game. The game is like I said, an original gangster, and he's an awesome man. And I will never ever stop listening to his music, and his rapping career has gone pretty good, and I like that.
Okay, so you're a fan.
Yes, I do. I am a fan of the game. Oh yes, the game. Oh my goodness, I remember listening to him 5 years ago, and no more than that, 8 years ago. Oh my God, the hit that he has is "Love It or Leave It" or "Like It or Leave It" or something like that.
Hate or love it.
Hate or love it, yeah. I love that. That's my jam. It's like, haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. That's what I say.
That's a good point. Choose the best guy for the job, right?
Yes, and thank you for having that mentality, get the game, and shout out to all the rappers that have their brains like that.
Yeah, it's very few and far in between, but I think the game is he's looking and saying, hey, let me give some wisdom out here for these guys, because I didn't really take heed to any of mine, but now I am, and I want y'all to listen.
Good. He's being conscious, and he's being real, like I said. Yes, sir. I love him, and I wish one of these days I would be able to get to have that fan meet and greet, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean that's something you want to do, and you go do it. All right.
Yes. Hopefully, if God gives me the enough life to fulfill that dream, I will do it. I would be so happy, and I don't know what I would do. Probably I would go nuts and nervous to say hi, but either way, I was able to shake his hand or say hi from far away at least, and that would be the best thing for me.
Okay, all right. Well, continue on your journey of happiness, Anissa. All right.
Thank you so much, and shout out to everybody in the chat and the channel, and everybody, all the subscribers and the fans.
All right, and thank you for the call, all right?
You're welcome. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to Anissa with the call in. Yo, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, Jay, this is Angela C.
What's good, Angela C?
Hey, I agree with, what's his name, The Game, but
yeah.
I just feel like he should already knew this. Like, to me, I'm going to put in quotation, IG models, I never call them models. They're just chicks who take photos on Instagram.
Right.
They're literally no different from the groupies that chase after them. So I just think that they should already know this already. Like, you're just now realizing to be chasing after the IG models and settle and get a wife. I mean, a woman that's, that's really going to be, down for you and actually cares about you.
Yeah.
Not seen and be a trophy wife or whatever it is that people are doing nowadays. I'm not really sure what these folks are doing. But he should know this already. Like,
yeah,
even model.
I think when he gets with him, right, and he feels like he's the best thing that happened to him, and they end up leaving him and getting with somebody else, and getting with this other guy and this other guy, he realized, well, damn, these women are using me as a stepping stone, basically. And
that's exactly what they do.
You feel kind of used. You're like, well, man, I should have chose better than this.
Right, because what they're trying to do is these chicks are trying to put up the most sexiest picture ever that they're hoping it will entice at least one famous dude, at least one. and then make her wing there, and she'll have sex with him, and I don't know. These chicks be doing the most. Some of them plan is to get pregnant to collect that child support, and some of them is just to get that stepping stone, and then therefore once she gets into the social circle, she can mess with his friends and hoping she can get someone that's higher than him. Like, these chicks be having this stuff planned out ahead of time, and it's like they are running circles around these dudes. But these dudes, I mean, it's like you guys run into groupies all the time, so I don't know. I just assume that they would know the game and the bullshit, but apparently not.
No,
they're not that bright.
Yeah, I think that, a lot of times, like, Saweetie is a perfect example of that, right? Somebody that went from Justin Combs to Quavo, somebody that's very, calculating and maneuvered a certain way. There was a rumor that she was J. Cole's side chick. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not, but that was a rumor. So, I mean, they make their moves, man. They really do. And they go from guy to guy. And these guys notice this. They know, like, wow, like, I thought I was that guy in her life, but she was getting with all these other guys and acting like she's so happy with them. And you're so empty. All right?
All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think a lot of things are common sense. I don't know. It's like now at this point, with all this stuff that goes on with the so-called IG models and the craziness we've seen, I think like right now there should be no dude in the entertainment business that should be getting the rug pulled underneath them now. Like,
yeah,
I just feel like at this moment they should know not to even bother. And if there are still some dudes still bothering, well, that's your fault. Because at this point, you guys should know this already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't take 100,000 million times to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? It happens far too many times to more than one man. You kind of know this. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say this, like, for the game, it may not mean he'll never get married, but that's what his mind is. And when you start to get older, especially as a man, that's where your mind is. Some of these guys they don't want to be single for the long haul. Right, they want somebody that actually cares about them, but it's more difficult in a world where everybody wants to be seen. Right?
Didn't the game have his baby mama or?
Yeah,
I'm not really
his
sure about their
longtime girlfriend.
But
they broke up years ago.
Yeah, well, he probably did have one, but I don't know if he messed that up. But if he did have one, he had her.
Yeah, well, she was with him for a long time, but that's not who he wanted. All right.
Interesting. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just think that now, I really, at this point, I don't understand how these dudes keep getting fooled by the so-called IG models. It's like, are you guys this desperate? And if you notice, they most of them share like the same female. Like, I'm noticing they're sharing them all in rotation. It's like, I just don't understand how they're taking these females that is literally passed around. Seriously, like, you guys are really trying to build a relationship. Like, are there any other women on this planet, this whole entire planet Earth?
But they don't have people skills. They don't know how to talk to women like that. Despite, even though they have money,
I don't think they do have.
They don't have people, so they see their friend dating a certain female. They're gonna try to maneuver their way to getting that female's attention.
Yeah, it's like this is a huge plan. I'm sure you guys can find women anywhere. I don't care if it's outside the country, but the same old females in rotation. It's like, really? I guess maybe that's some famous people thing or some rich people thing. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. And most of these people, I don't take their relationship serious anyways. I just expect them to break up like 3 to 6 months. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait.
You can expect the breakup. Because again, they're together for the wrong reasons. And last year exposed that. It exposed that.
Yeah. But that's what I want to say. I just think at this moment, none of these dudes should be getting played by IG models now, since they know the game and they pretty much know what the crap is. But if they do, that's their problem at this point on board.
Oh, absolutely. And,
all right,
Angela C. Appreciate the call too. All right.
All right.
All right, take care. Shout out to Angela. See what the call in. A few people want to call in at the same time. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So let me check something real quick. Shout out to everybody that's here so far. This is what I want some of you to do, okay? To avoid me having to say something. Make sure you subscribe to the channels Jada Black, Basic Social Politics with Jada Black. So you can avoid looking crazy when y'all tell me about things and I already have made a video on it. Okay? Alright. Okay. Southern Hood Chick. I don't know what your issue is, but that's not cool to be saying in my chat once again. Come on, man. It's not cool to be saying. Yeah, we don't need the negativity. All right? We don't need the negativity. Hold up. Let's see. I mean, it's been like that, C Square. It's been like that off and on for the most part. It has, because you gotta understand my channel, the way it is, it's enticing because of the fact that the content I make, right? The content I've made over the years. I told you I wasn't a live streamer, so you're gonna have all types of personalities. And I do mean that. Shout out to Major Leagues. You're going to have all types of personalities in my live stream. But the more that I do this, the more it shows itself. What's good, Shantia? The more it's definitely going to show itself. But instead of, people not watching it, they feel like they have to watch. But I also like to make fun of people who troll me, because those people have mental issues. And you're able to use them as a case study, man. Certain people you can use as a case study. But it's cool though. I laugh at it because it's like, oh, I'm the center of your attention right now. Even though when I'm going live, I should be the center of all y'all's attention until the stream is over. Right? But we definitely have to have discussions on mental health, man. Mental health needs to be addressed. What's up?
Hey, Jada.
Miss Lakers?
Yes.
What's going on, Miss Lakers?
Nothing. I I wanted to call in about the game. Did you see when Game had a reality show on TV with his mother and his children?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and remember how many times like she had forgiven him, and he let her go finally because he was like he was letting her find a man. She deserved to have a good man in her life, and he was not going to be that man. He came to realize that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but he actually loved the mother of his children. They had been together for a while. You know what I'm saying? So people don't like think about that. Like he didn't think about that. Now that he older, you know, like he said, like and he don't have like a whole lot of women, and he don't said it. You know, you know, high rich women. You know, he even had sisters. But now that he older, he realizing all that stuff was in vain. You know, now he by himself, and like he might have to grow old by himself with just him and his children in his life, you know, and not be married or settle down in a successful, you know, relationship. Because like now, the point that he at in life, like you don't know if a woman really wants you for you now or just for because of who you are. You know, he don't pass that point in life. When he had someone that wanted him for who he was, he let her go because he wanted to, you know, play the field and be that playboy and have this woman and that woman, you know. And now, like he said, it's not worth it. But he learned that later on in life where it might be too late now.
Yeah. I think
men don't think they're going to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, I think I might have said a little bit earlier about how I mentioned how there was a woman I knew that she dated this guy, right? And she said that she couldn't date this guy because he felt like he was a nice guy, he was a good guy. And even though she had children, he had none. She still felt like she didn't want to be with him because she felt like he was too good for her, but she ended up regretting it. Right?
Yeah, now see, that's how he is now. He don't pass up on a good woman and dated some, well, he just knocked them off. I ain't going to even say dated. You know, the relationship wasn't like last, you know, meaningful, you know. And now, like you said, he's 41 years old and by himself. Now he can tell somebody younger. And there's so many younger black men coming up with women, you know, that make all these babies that have 100 different babies by 100 different women. So, like, maybe some of them can listen and change that's coming up in the game and realize that, you know, if you come across that good one, maybe it's not worth, you know, running around playing the field. It's maybe, you know, worth sitting down and settling down with that one that was there with you before you became rich and famous. You know, at least you know that woman truly loved you because she was there before you got all the fame and stuff. The women that come after the fame is just there for who you are. So, like you said, would you got that kind of woman, if you was not famous, if you was not rich, you know, you wouldn't have that type of woman. So why would you think that woman going to be someone that truthfully loves you for who you are, you know, and not for what you have? So that's, I mean, I think sometimes men don't think that they can get to the point where they can't find that woman. I think they probably never think about that, you know, before they grow older in life.
Yeah. They chasing,
you know, because so many women.
Yeah, chasing these apples, man. Chasing these IG models or chasing the women with the big butt that they seen at the gas station. It's, you know, it's like dating for the wrong reasons.
Right. They're not date. Right. It's not love. It's not. They don't even get to know you. You don't get to know them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what they see on TV, what they see at a concert. They don't really know you. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really know them because they're going to show you who they want you to see. They're not going to show you the person that they really are because they're going to show you what they want you to see because they want to get with you, your fame and your money. So.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the call.
All righty.
All right. Take care. All right. Shout out to Miss Lakers with the call in. What's good, Miss Holmes? What's up with you? Yeah, man, we got a date for the right reasons or we going to get used. We're going to get put in a lot of bad situations. That's what's going to go in. Okay, call in, Ms. Holmes. Put the number in the chat. Go ahead and call in. Yeah, definitely Ms. Laker's knowledge could definitely be utilized here. Yo, what's up?
Hey, Jay, it's LaToya. I'm able to catch another live.
Yeah, what's going on, LaToya?
Not much, relaxing from work, but to speak on the topic about the game, I like his music too. I really do, but it's like, really feel like it's like Selena Powell hitting the wall. She's saying, like, get off IG, get off OnlyFans. Like, when she gets to her 40s, this is going to be the same old thing. Just like what Angela C said. It's just, like, as long as you done been rapping and seeing other people go down left and right, all of the shenanigans that come with the music industry, like, what, it's like you didn't figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, what did I say about the people you around?
Yeah, I said it, man. A lot of growing up, when you didn't grow up in a household with like a family unit where you saw a man and a woman interacting in a relationship or in a marriage, you're never really gonna know what that's like. And so when you get fame and money involved, and you got Instagram too, oh man, that's a recipe for singledom.
Well, don't get me wrong. The game has always been a good-looking man to me, personally. He's always been a good-looking man. But all of those information from the other women trying to work their way up, it was a boost to his head. But it's just like it only ended up hurting him at the end of the day. Like now that he's coming out with wisdom. So, like, one of the other callers that called in, it's just like, so what are you going to do now with your future? You're not really rapping that much or whatever you're doing behind the scenes. Hopefully it's still, bringing you some reasonable income. But, like, what is this? Like, he does have children, right?
Yep.
So I think it's time for him now. He wants to give out some wisdom. He needs to work on his parenting skills because I don't even know if he has a daughter.
I think he does. I think he does have a daughter.
Right. So it's just all of this stuff is going to eventually come back out. Like nothing on the internet disappears. So when they get to the age where they start having children and they start asking questions about parenting and like when their parenting woes come for them, it's just like the game. Do you have any wise words? Do you have anything encouraging to say about men handling business, women handling business? Like, how do you proceed on from here now? Now that you realize some things at the age that you are, how do you feed the next generation? What is it going to do for our people?
Right, and that's the thing. People got to look down the road. They're not. They're looking short term.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully he gets it right. Hopefully he still has the opportunity. I know he can find love. I hope he does. But that's all from me.
Okay. All right, LaToya. Well, thanks for the call in. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. Shout out to Toya with the call in. Hold up. Oh. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, it's 11 Holmes.
What's good, Miss Loving Holmes? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm just live right now, going in like always. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Chad?
Yep.
What's up? Going on.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say, I think like what the game is saying about like how you need to find a wife, stop chasing these IG models. I don't think that's ever going to be I don't think that's ever going to happen. Being realistic, because men don't know how to turn down temptation. I'm not saying all. There's just some men that they just need that they'll get bored of the same thing all the just if they have it for like 20 plus years, they're gonna get bored of it and want to go get something fresh. And I said that's why a lot of the last time successful marriages was in the 60s, you know, and I'm just like, it's so sad that, you know, we don't even see what real love is anymore because everybody want to have every single new thing every single week or every single month. And I'm just like, what my grandparents have, I'm just like, I have to let go of that reality thinking that I'm going to have that one day, because we have to be more realistic and realizing that nobody looks at marriage no more. They don't value that no more. And it's sad what the world coming to, but, you know, this is just what the world is coming to. It's becoming more destructive, and there's just really nothing we could do about it, you know?
Yeah, things are changing. That's why I say get around like-minded people, because even the people around you are becoming crazier and crazier. All right.
Exactly. That's why I tell people all the time. That's why I said I'm glad that I'm good by myself. I said I only talk to people when I need to talk to people, but I said I'm about to live my best life. I'm going to build my own empire by myself.
Listen, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Definitely. You're young. you have the whole, you know, road ahead of you. Do that, you know.
You have to. You can't worry about trying to build nothing with nobody no more, because nobody is not trying to build nothing no more, and it's just sad, but this is just what the world is like now. So, well, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. All right, Ms. Holmes, thanks for the call. Good to hear from you. All right.
You're welcome. All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to her, man. The call, man. Shout out to all the young single people out there living their life, doing whatever it is they want to do. All right. Man, I think I've said all I need to say on this. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that donated, super chat, and also through PayPal. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe if you like the content. All right. Okay, shout out to Great February. Says, men don't cheat, we cheat back. 99% of the time, your woman is already creeping around on you. We're just trying to catch up. that may have a good ring to it, Great. I can see that, because you got a lot of times in relationships that the girlfriend will accuse you of cheating all the time, and you might not even be cheating. Right? She may be the one that's cheating. I saw a video on World Star Hip Hop where this guy caught his girlfriend cheating with somebody, right, at a hotel, at a motel. He went to the motel to confront her, and it was clear that he didn't have energy to fight the side dude. The side dude ended up basically making him leave, and then he followed him and pushed him pushed him away from the motel door, and it had stairs, and he was pushing them around, manhandling a guy whose wife he was trying to have relations with, right? And he's like, man, you ain't about to screw this up. This room cost me some money. So you ain't about to mess this up. I'm about to go here and I'm about to go pipe your wife down or your girlfriend down. Why don't you get out of here, man? You messing up everything, man. And did the wife leave with the husband? No. Or the boyfriend? No. She stayed right there at the motel room with that dude. And you wonder why these women are cheating on these guys? He had no fear. And when I looked at the video, I was saying to myself, that had to be the husband pushing him around. But no, I think that was the side dude. That was the side dude pushing around this man. And the husband looked like he was a little bit bigger than the side dude. That lets you know that when a woman doesn't respect you, she's going to cheat on you. Shout out to Ed Niece. I'm glad I made it to this live stream. I'm tired of taking these L's. If you missed a few, Ed Niece, but you always in the comment section, but I appreciate it. Yeah, man, if these women are pushing you around at home, she's screwing other men. When I see these guys' wife disrespecting them, cussing them out, berating them, she's cheating on you, bro. She don't respect you at all. I don't care how much game you got. I don't care how much money you got. If she don't respect you, she's screwing somebody else. And I bet you that the side dude didn't even pay for that room. That's what's going on out here, man. That's what's going on out here. All right. But shout out to everybody that's here. Salute to everybody. I know that there's gonna be people that may not like me anymore or my show. I don't give a shit. Law and order. And but yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here. Yeah, the wife did. Yeah, I was gonna do a live stream on it. I still may do a live stream on it because at first I wasn't sure who was who, but nonetheless, I appreciate it. All right, people. What's good, Wanda? Hold on. What's good, Wanda? Wanda, what's up? Shout out to Wanda, man. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good rest of your night, all right?